magical star beings, this is Psychic Siren Tarot and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what changes are people noticing about your beauty. So please be aware this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm now going to show you your crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1, we have rose quartz. And we have the card healing. For pile number 2, we have rose quartz. And we have the card positivity. And for pile number 3, we have amethyst. And we have the card gratitude. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, there may be more messages there for you, so always trust your intuition when picking a pile. Please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this rose quartz crystal and the card healing from the Messages from Mermaids Oracle, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what changes are people noticing about your beauty. So I'm really excited to do this reading, especially because there is a synchronicity here, and I'm just going to explain it to you before I pull your cards, so just give me a moment to explain. So for context, I usually have dreams for myself and friends and get a lot of psychic information through my dreams. I also sometimes get them for my YouTube videos. And the thing is, when I, set out what I'm going to do, I make a list of topics I'm going to do and organize it for each day. So this topic was already, organized for today as I was going to record it. But last night, I had a particular dream that is just such a huge synchronicity because that's not a coincidence that I had that dream and then I'm doing this reading about changes about the physical beauty. So let me just explain the dream to you. So in my dream, I had a dream that, I was walking around and I'm taking it as me being in my own energy, but feeling the energy of the collective as I'm doing the reading for you. And I'm walking around in my dream and I'm walking around and I'm feeling so good about myself. I'm feeling so magnetic. I'm feeling like this orange energy of magnetism and sacral chakra energy and like this glowiness radiating from me in the dream. And I'm walking around and, everyone's looking at me, everyone's noticing me. And it's kind of like I had some type of glow up in the dream. And then I met with some girl there that I have never met before in real life. And, we started talking about beauty products. And then she also had a glow up. She was also, doing skincare for herself recently and things like that. So, what I take from that dream? I take it as a message for this collective, for all 3 piles, that maybe people are noticing a glow up for all 3 piles in some type of way, in different ways, in one way or another. And the interesting thing is when I did, connect to your energy and tap into your energy, I felt firstly a healing in my sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is all about our confidence in ourself, our connection to our sensuality, our body. It's the womb space, or the space of, well, not everyone here has a womb, but it's the space of creation. Okay, because that's what the sacral chakra is. It's also our motivation. It allows us to, go after the things we want, but it also relates to feelings. So the sacral chakra deals with magnetism, and it kind of reminds me like your energy, the energy you are tapping into right now, kind of reminds me of this YouTuber, and her name is It's Baby J, if you want to check her out. She does videos on magnetism and stepping into your sensual power, and she does have that very sacral chakra energy. And she talks about how to use your sacral chakra and that pleasure center to, connect to your manifestations, to attract the things you want, to attract people, even, to just stand in your confidence, that type of energy. And I feel you kind of stepping into that sacral chakra energy. And what I felt in your energy was sort of like a lower back pain, and it doesn't have to resonate with everyone, but when I feel pains as I tap into an energy, it just means something. It just means something about the energy related to that body part. So it doesn't mean you have to have that. It just means that maybe at some point, some of you had certain wounds surrounding your confidence. Like maybe people said certain things to you, or maybe you looked at yourself in a way, or your body in a certain way, or your sensuality, or there was that kind of wound there. But I feel with the healing card, this perfectly sums up that this energy within you is healing. You're becoming more comfortable with it. I was very drawn to using this heart for you. I didn't know why, but now I see why, because it's like you're learning to love yourself. You're learning to love your body. You're learning to uh step into the room with confidence no matter what you look like, because in this healing card we see a bunch of different mermaids that all look different, and I feel like it's like all this light is coming onto you right now from the heavens, from the higher realms, and you're receiving a lot of healing by going within and feeling your feelings and connecting to it. And through that, you're learning to love yourself more. You're learning to develop self-love. You're learning to, feel confident about the body you already do have, or feel confident about certain things you already do like about yourself, instead of, focusing on the things we don't like about ourselves, but instead putting your focus on the things you do like, on the things you do find beautiful about yourself, regardless of your gender. And that's a thing, where focus goes, energy flows. And when you focus on the things that you do like, and you wear clothes and you step out into the world feeling good about yourself, then other people look at you, then other people find you magnetic, find you glowy, no matter what you physically look like. And this is the energy I feel here so far in your reading. And I'm going to pull cards now, but I kind of just want to explain what I feel here psychically. It's kind of like when I tapped into your energy, when I felt that, I sort of felt like I needed to move my body around. I felt like I needed to dance. I felt like I needed to move my hips, or like hula hoop, or like dance, or move my hips or something like that. So I don't know if some of you have been tapping into this energy where you've been creating a deeper connection with your body, or maybe you have been uh, you know, with the healing card, maybe even some of you like tapping into this energy where you're focusing on your health, or you're gymming more, exercising more, going on walks, or doing yoga, or dancing, or just connecting to your body in some type of way, or creating the sense of safety and the sense of love with your body. Because, leading back to the sacral chakra and this energy of like feelings, and how the body sort of holds on to feelings, I feel like you're learning to listen to your body. And it's not just about the beauty part, but as you learn to listen to your body and as you learn to create that deep connection with your body and find your body as beautiful, regardless of what it looks like, because our body is there to keep us healthy. It's there as our physical vessel. I see our body as like the car we drive around because we are spiritual beings in human bodies. And, it operates at this point where it's keeping us healthy. But when we are mean to our bodies or when we're treating our bodies badly, it ends up feeling that and holding on to that emotion. So I feel like some of you are connecting deeper to your body and learning to give yourself love, regardless of what you look like. Does that make sense? And I feel this great self love seeping through, and also heart chakra healing, where you're beginning to open up your heart deeper to yourself. Like, I'm clairvoyantly seeing the energies of the rose and a rose with like water droplets on it, and this rose opening up. And the water droplets is interesting because we're talking about the sacral chakra and feelings and emotions, and maybe you're also becoming more comfortable with yourself and your feelings, and like giving yourself love, giving yourself compassion, giving yourself grace, even in moments when you don't feel that great about yourself, or even in moments when you're feeling extremely heavy emotions. You've been on a great healing journey, and I see a lot of light being shared to you by the heavens above. And I'm looking at this card and the sense of community. Maybe some of you have even started inviting other people into your heart. But the most important thing here, I think, is like opening your heart up to yourself and being gentle with yourself, being loving to yourself, devoting yourself to yourself by taking care of you. I'm also seeing an element of inner child reparenting for some of you, or just kind of like loving yourself by doing things for you. And for example, when we clean our room, we are giving love to our future self. I see an energy of that, like I'm doing things for me to give love to myself. And even if you're not fully there yet about the things I'm talking about, this could be the energy you are now stepping into as a result of this healing journey. And I see this as like you are stepping into this energy. I'm seeing Psyche, the goddess of the soul. She's a butterfly goddess, if I'm not mistaken. And I see this as like an internal glow up of your soul. And as you allow this light within you and you radiate with love, it beams out to the whole world, and your face starts glowing. You start glowing. You start feeling good about yourself. You start attracting the things you want, and therefore your external glows up. Does that make sense? So it's like an internal soul glow up, and then externally you glow up. So I love the messages that came through. This is so beautiful. Like, I even feel like hugging you. I feel like so much love in your energy. Maybe you're just very loving people. And also, as a result of that, that energetic frequency just makes people feel like you are magnetic in some way because they want to share that love with you. They feel open with you. And regardless of physical changes happening in your beauty, people notice that, and that energetic frequency just attracts people in. So let's get started with your cards. Remember to only take what resonates, leave the rest. We're going to use the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, the Vanessa Tarot, as well as the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. And then after that, we're going to look at your tarot cards. So I don't know why I was drawn to this deck because it's a very spiritual deck, but I just drawn to it for today. So let's see. I'm excited to see what shows up. And I love that the energies of the rose shows up because the rose is very sensual. It's very like beautiful. Okay, so we have 2 cards here. 3 cards. I'm just gonna take one because we don't have that much space, but I'll take note of the rest. So the first card we have here is card number 54 with Trust Your Innocence. I said something about light coming through to you from the heavens. This must be my angelic pile. Very angelic, pure souls. And with Trust Your Innocence, that kind of reminds me of what I said about inner child healing. Like maybe you healing your inner child. And even like I'm seeing clairvoyantly, those Instagram reels when a person is like, I'm no longer going to speak mean to myself in the mirror because when I speak mean to myself in the mirror, my inner child is hearing it. And I feel that energy, and even look at like this, is this hibiscus? It's a very beautiful flower, but it's white. That represents this purity. I feel like you are coming back to that sense of purity within. I feel like some of you, my women here, are really healing the womb space. And I made a post on the other day about my community, about a Reiki healing. I must be part of this pile. I feel like I'm part of this pile. Like I did a Reiki healing session with a lady, and she does womb healings if you're interested in that. But after that, I felt like great. I felt amazing because I feel like I connect to this pile energetically. And I had a lot of inner child healing come through after that because I guess in my healing, it was connected to that due to some things I've gone through, but this is not about me. I guess the vibe I'm feeling here is you're coming back to this gentleness within, this sense of innocence. Maybe people even see you in your beauty as like very angelic, very much like full of light. And I'm noticing the star here above her head. I feel like you are stars of light. You're beams of light, and that's what people see when they look at you. And maybe with this healing and you becoming more full of light, more full of love, and being more gentle with yourself, I guess people are seeing you as more angelic. People are seeing you as this beam of light. In those movies when an angel comes through and she's so beautiful and there's just light all around her and this feeling of like angels harmonizing and harps playing. I feel like this is what people see when they're looking at you right now and the changes they're noticing about you. And I'm noticing like these gems or diamonds or jewels around her. And I feel like that's you. Like you are beginning to notice the gems within you, that you are a gem, that you are a diamond. And through that, people notice that. So I feel like with you, it's the energy, and through that, like I said, that external glow up happens, and people start to notice you more. And then the next card we have here is Love and Compassion, card number 16. So this is what I was talking about, like being more compassionate with yourself, even on days when you don't feel great. And through that, your heart begins to overflow with love because you're pouring into you. And look at the roses here. Is that not so interesting? I feel like you're also very intuitive. Your water, I spoke about the sacral chakra, like that's so cool. Through this healing, you've also been learning to become more comfortable with your emotions, and I'm feeling this energy of you coming into this energy where you're more devoted to yourself, where you're more loving to yourself, gentle to yourself, and through that, people are gentle to you. I'm seeing something about some of you like wanting to flow more, some of you wanting to, first pour into you and then overflow onto others, some of you partaking in self-care. And self-care doesn't have to be like sitting in a bath and all of that. Self-care can, like I said, be cleaning your home or just doing things for yourself that make you feel good, taking yourself out for a lunch or something. And I feel this energy of you just glowing with this light. I feel an energy of, wanting to live a soft life, wanting to romanticize your life, Empress energy. You are the Empress, regardless of your gender. that flowiness. But the Empress is also beauty, and it's the energy of creation. So you're maybe even creating your reality or creating new things. Maybe some of you are creative. Maybe you're creative with your beauty, like, okay, I'm gonna put on makeup like this and dress up like this and really express myself. I feel that energy. Just take it as it resonates. I'm also noticing like animals and children being very drawn to you because of how much light you have. At the back of the deck, we have the violet flame. And look at the butterflies here. So this big transformation is happening. So let's take a look at these cards. So spirit guides of my pile number ones. May I please look into what changes are people noticing about their beauty? We have liberation, and we have a queen here. Card number 37. So you are a king or a queen. And you're stepping into that energy where you're putting that crown back on your head. I don't know why, I kind of feel like putting this card here. I don't know, like the size of it, I want it to match. For some reason, there is a cat here, hair here. I don't even have cats. I said something about animals being drawn to you. Maybe some of you have cats or have like a cat-like appearance. Or like, I'm hearing boss. I mentioned Psyche, and since I'm hearing Bast, maybe you also have like this goddess energy within you that you're stepping into, like learning to see you're a goddess or a god, or maybe you, not in that egotistical way, but like learning to see those divine qualities within you. So let's just see. Okay, Bast was the goddess of protection, pleasure, and the bringer of good health. And I spoke about something about you bringing in your health or focusing on your health and pleasure, and that's the sacral chakra energy. She had the head of a cat and a slender female body. So maybe she's around some of you, if you relate to that, or you're just stepping into that energy, that energetic frequency is surrounding you, just depending on the way you want to see it. And cats are very much like independent. Cats are, cats have boundaries. So maybe you're becoming more independent, more strong in your boundaries. Maybe you're bouncing back in some way because cats have 9 lives, and like with the storms card at the back of the deck, if you've been through some things in your life, it's like people noticing you bounce back, people notice you like have this internal glow up of the soul, and then externally you feel more pleasure for life, and then people are just noticing you feel a lot more calm, a lot more free, a lot more just happy within yourself. I'm hearing the song by Billie Eilish, Happier Than Ever. And I'm definitely picking up on fashion, like even here with this dress. Like maybe some of you are becoming more comfortable with expressing your fashion style, or, just being creative with your makeup or hair, or just the way you express yourself for those that don't wear makeup. So, even with like that storms card at the back of the deck, I get this vibe of like feeling more comfortable even with the intense emotions. Because when we look at like, I'm looking at the sea here, and the sea isn't just like always calm and pretty. The sea can sometimes have like big waves that are like, destructive almost, but in a way, sometimes emotions can be intense like that. And I feel like you're learning to love that about yourself. And through that, you are turning into this empress. Like, I was just shuffling the cards, and I think that's confirmation. I'm going to take this card and the tower. So you've been healing from pain with the tower, and you've been liberating yourself from it. You've been inviting more peace into your life after chaos. And I guess that peace you are embodying and that flowiness you're embodying is allowing people to see you as more magnetic. It's like like I said, with that self love, you're putting that crown back on your head and seeing yourself as royalty. Because that's what you are, my pile number ones. At the back of the deck, we have the King of Swords. So I just saw the number 1111 as I was putting your tarot cards here. And as I looked at this garden here, I heard like the words, you're learning to water the garden within your soul, and so you bloom as a result of that. That's very beautiful. So this is the Ethereal Visions Tarot. So spirit guides of my pile number ones, and even 1111 is such a divine number. You're learning to see the divine qualities within yourself, and therefore that change is noticed in the external, where people are looking at you and they're like kind of wondering, is there something different about you? Like, it's not that you look different, but there's this glow to you. Because you are internally filled with more self-love and light, there's now this glow to you where you're radiating out to the world. And it's kind of like, maybe even if you haven't had any physical changes, or maybe you have, it's kind of like people are looking at you and they can't quite put their finger on it, but there's something about you looking more beautiful, more attractive, more magnetic, and then they're like, what did you do? Did you do something to your hair? But maybe they don't say anything, but they're feeling that when they look at you. So I'm getting that energy. So spirit guides on my pile number ones. And if you are working on your health, then maybe your body is looking more good, or you're just looking more glowy in your physical changes of your beauty. We have the Five of Wands. I feel like with the Five of Wands, it's that energy of maybe you've had a lot of beauty in your life, but maybe you've had certain people project their own insecurities onto you, or be in competition with you and make you feel like you need to dim your light in order to feel okay. And it's like you're no longer doing it. And or maybe some of you have had this energy towards yourself. Like sometimes we have that mean, critical voice in our head. It kind of reminds me of the song Your Mind from Green Tea Peng, when she talks about, haters hating on her, but no one can criticize her greater than her own mind. And I guess, maybe you're learning to not do that anymore, or you're learning to be kinder to yourself. Um, and we have the Nine of Swords. I guess with the Nine of Swords here, I'm feeling this mental energy, and this energy of, maybe some things people have said to us replaying in our minds. It's no longer physically there, but it's kind of like replaying in our minds, like it's still there. Like we look in the mirror and we kind of hear their voice of what they said to us, or we say it to ourselves, and it's no longer physically there, but the ghost of it is there. Does that make sense? I'm not talking about a real ghost, but I'm speaking about that energy. But since it's opposite the Liberation card, I feel like you are taking back your power and strength from that, and you're liberating yourself from that energy. And like with the Seven of Wands, kind of fighting that energy off. Does that make sense? But also with the Seven of Wands opposite the Empress, maybe you're also learning to feel like you can sort of take that protection off. Because I spoke about Bast, the goddess of protection, good health, something like that. So maybe you are learning to trust in your angels more, trust in the divine more to protect you, set certain boundaries so that you don't feel that need to protect yourself, where you have one side of yourself protecting you by doing that, and then the other side of you feels more flowier, feels like you can relax more into that moment and enjoy the moment more, because you no longer feel that need to defend yourself. Because, like, I can say in my own life, when I wasn't setting certain boundaries or speaking up for myself, I held that within me, but as soon as I started speaking up, it took a lot of courage because I was very anxious, to speak up for myself. But as soon as I started doing that, I could kind of like relax because I was no longer holding on to that guilt of like, this is what this person said to me. I feel bad about myself now, and like I'm overthinking now and all these things, but instead I, speak my truth, and now it's out in the open, and now I get to relax and just be. Does that make sense? So I feel like some of you can relate to that, but maybe you're learning to also have your defenses down and like experience that softness again. So maybe you're also healing from like anxieties, worries, stresses, this energy of like we must always be in defense mode or always um, be in fight or flight mode, survival mode. It's like we're coming back to ourselves and our bodies and experience the softness again. We have the Ace of Wands. And I feel like this energy of passion is coming back to you. You're becoming hotter as you become kinder to yourself, as you become more compassionate to yourself. So, what changes are they noticing? What changes are people noticing about my pile one's beauty? We have the Lovers. Yeah, you're being loving to yourself, kinder to yourself. And we have the Star. I want to put this next to here. And we also have the Hanged Man. At the back of the deck, we have the High Priestess. So I feel here my pile number ones. I feel you're also learning to heal your perspective of self. As I see with the Hanged Man, like maybe look at yourself with more of a perspective of love, of devoting yourself to yourself, committing to yourself, and not necessarily relying on validation from others to make you feel good, but rather pouring that into yourself. And then those compliments, those things do come, but you're not like relying on it. Do you get what I mean? And with the Five of Wands and Nine of Swords, I'm also getting this vibe of like, sometimes we want to wear something or dress up a certain way, but then maybe we're like, we tear ourselves down and we're like, no, I don't look good in that, or what are people gonna think, or that kind of energy. And I feel like you're learning to defend that off and heal yourself from that. And like I said, be kinder to yourself, be more compassionate to yourself. And I feel like I want to put this card over this to like bring energy healing to it, because I feel like this is what's healing here, and this is what people are noticing. With the High Priestess at the back of the deck, it's kind of like people are noticing the energy change, even if they're not psychic or intuitive. They're noticing the energy change and therefore treating you or seeing you differently. And then after that energy change comes the physical change. Because even like when we think of manifestations, when an energy changes or an energy shifts, physical changes start happening. For example, some people will heal a wound within them that is causing a blockage within money. Then once they heal that wound within them, money starts coming to them. That's an example of the energy. So I feel like you're learning to shine bright like the star and not dim your light. Not dim your light to fit in, because you're meant to stand out. You're noticing, well, people are noticing you become more glowy. People are noticing you become more content, more happy with yourself, more in this energy of self-love and self-devotion. And it's like this energy of passion is coming back to you, creativity, this energy of like enjoyment and pleasure, and seeing yourself in a different light, an identity shift where it's not like your whole identity is shifting, but the way you're seeing yourself is shifting. And I want to show you something. So from this deck behind that, we have the throat chakra. That's so cool. So I think this is all I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this rose quartz crystal and the positivity card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what changes are people noticing about your beauty. So, as soon as I tapped into your energy, well, I felt an energy of a release in my throat chakra. And what I feel has happened here with you, well, take what resonates, leave the rest. Firstly, I want to say when I was about to, like while I was setting up for your reading for pile two, just skip over this specific message if you're not over the age of 18. I'm going to give you a few seconds. I saw my battery percentage was on 69. So I'm guessing since we're doing this reading, maybe people are seeing you become a lot more sexy. People are feeling a lot more sensually attracted to you. Maybe there's something about your body looking more juicy or just more like sensually attractive. Like maybe some of you may have been attracted to pile one, but there's this energy of like you having magnetism, you looking very physically attractive to others and very physically sexy to others. And maybe others are kind of like their mouths are watering over you right now at this moment. And then I saw wine. I'll get back to the throat chakra energies. I just want to explain all the visions. And then I saw wine. So I see this as you're very sexy at the moment. It's like people are kind of thirsting over you at the moment. And I'm seeing it as, wine is amazing. It's pleasurable. We drink it once in a while. And I see it as, people will drink it. Well, maybe women will drink it together when they're with their friends and then have fun, or when you're out partying, maybe you drink wine, or just after a long day. Wine is that feeling of like pleasure. So maybe there's something about people noticing you feel more pleasure for life, or it's like people find it pleasurable to look at you or to indulge in you, to be around you. It feels like a nice indulgence. And you know how they say that saying, like, age like fine wine? Maybe some of you age like fine wine, or the older you get, the more beautiful you get. That's a factor I could see here. But wine is also just very sexy. Like when I think of wine, I think of sexiness and like that type of energy. So, you could be embodying that right now, and that's maybe the changes people are noticing about you. But I was talking about the throat chakra, and I feel like what has happened here, there's this release happening in your throat chakra, and this relates to the positivity card where I feel like similar to pile one, you've been on a healing journey, but in your case, I feel like it's not that the healing is done, because I feel like healing is not linear. But it's like you've come to a point now in your journey. I'm seeing the full card clairvoyantly, where you're coming into this new chapter of your life. And it is full of this newness, full of this new beginnings, energy. And I'm seeing the sun card clairvoyantly as well. And it's full of endless opportunities of sunshine, of like noticing the beauty around you, noticing the beauty in you, noticing the beauty of what may be in possibilities. And the Fool card is kind of like jumping into this new beginning or taking a leap of faith and hoping for the best, hoping for the positive outcome, looking at the positive outcome instead of worrying and thinking of what can go wrong, but instead looking at the outlook of what can go right. And I feel like you've let go of a lot of things at some point now in your journey where you're no longer holding on to the things of the past. you're no longer experiencing the things of the past. You have physically changed on the inside. And therefore, you are starting to become more happier, more positive. You're starting to really feel the joy of the moment. And even if there is no physical reason for you to feel happy, it's like you're starting to just notice all the reasons why you can be happy in this moment, why you can enjoy this moment right now in front of us. And I feel like as you let go of certain past memories and you rewrite the story you want to live, because I'm hearing like you're the main character. As you rewrite the story you want to live and think, what is the story I do want to write? What is the story I do want to create? You're kind of like letting go of those old memories and jumping into this new energy where you're ready for joy, where you're ready for good moments in your life that are going to be great memories to experience. And I feel like as you go into the world with this more positive, happy energy, you're maybe even speaking about more positive, happy things, and it comes through in your voice. Like, I know for me, as a fact, like when I was going through my healing journey, sometimes when I spoke, I was speaking a lot about things from my past or speaking a lot about things that made me unhappy. But now I try to make it an effort to speak more about things that actually make me happy rather than just speaking about those things. And I feel like that energy with you, since I felt that throat chakra release and the card you chose was positivity, I feel like you're learning to speak about more positive things, learning to speak about things that make you more happier. And people can hear this happiness come through in your voice. People can see something about you glowing and you shining like a star, and you just maybe even having a bright smile on your face. And even if you're not smiling or laughing, it's kind of like that energy of people can see the happiness within you. So that's what I feel here. And before I get into your cards, I want to tell you a little bit about the dream I had last night. So, just for context, I sometimes have dreams as premonitions for the readings I do, especially because, when I set out to do this reading for today, I planned to do it today and I didn't think about it last night or anything, but then I dreamt of the energy of the collective for all three piles. So in my dream, I basically saw myself, but when I dream, like even for other people, even for friends, I will see myself in their energy as myself. Does that make sense? So I was kind of like walking through a place here and everyone was noticing me. It was like I had experienced this glow up where I was glowing, I was radiating, I was feeling very magnetic, and I was noticing like everyone watch me and everyone look at me and everyone smile at me and treat me differently because I had experienced this big physical glow up. And more people were wanting to talk to me. And then I was speaking to another woman in the dream that I had never met yet in real life, or never met at all in real life. And she was telling me about her experiencing a glow up too, and her doing a lot of skincare for herself and a lot of self love, self care. So I take that dream as a sign because we're literally doing this reading today. So that's a sign, that's a synchronicity for this reading for the collective. And I feel like maybe all three piles are going through some sort of glow up in their own unique way. So let's see what shows up. Even if you don't see this physical glow up happen yet, maybe people are starting to notice those changes start to happen in your life, okay? And I feel like your glow up has to do with joy, has to do with positivity, but we'll see more about the cards that come out. So let's see. We have the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, the Vanessa Tarot, and the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. This was from the Messages from Mermaids Oracle deck. And then later we're going to take a look at your tarot cards after we pull the Oracle cards. So Spirit guides on my pile number twos. May I please look into what changes are people noticing about their beauty? So we have high heart chakra with ecstatic bliss. So that's why I felt drawn to using rose quartz. Because I was like, why am I using rose quartz for pal 2 and pal 1? But I felt like it was necessary. But okay, we see here the high heart chakra. So the funny thing is, I have my Messages from Mermaids Oracle deck next to me, and this card fell out when after I pulled this High Heart Chakra card. So people are noticing you become a lot more dreamy in your physical beauty. There's something very dreamy and ethereal about you right now. This glow to you that is so dreamy. And it's kind of like people are looking at you and they're feeling very hypnotized by you and your beauty. It's like they can't stop staring because you're so ethereal and so dreamy. And with the high heart chakra ecstatic bliss, I feel like you're really tapping into this energy of unconditional love. I just want to swap the cards around because it bothers me when the cards are different sizes. Anyways, I feel like you're learning to see the happiness of life. You're having this energy where you're really stepping into the higher heart chakra, this energy of unconditional love, love for yourself and love for others. And even here we see a hummingbird, and people are noticing you speak with a lot more love. So there's something about communication coming through as well in the voice. And maybe even your body becoming more sexier, or just people seeing you as more sexy, because I'm really looking at this mermaid's body. And I think you're learning to love yourself deeper at an unconditional love, and you're learning to also find the love around you or see the love around you, or maybe there's some type of glow up happening within your relationships or your relationship to self, and you are seeming ecstatically blissful. And the hummingbird is a communicator of joy, of hope. It is a symbol and sign of hope and color coming back to our lives after dark moments. Because I read somewhere about the hummingbird once never had colors. I'm not sure how true this is, but I read something about it. And they never had color. They were gray apparently. But then when they went to the sunshine or something like that, they started having color. I don't know how, if I'm even saying the story right, but it's a symbol of hope and this energy of speaking with love, uplifting people. So maybe people are noticing you uplift others and speak with love in this moment, and you embodying this energy of unconditional love of the high heart chakra is allowing you to become more magnetic to people. Because one thing I have seen in readings is when someone really embodies the heart's energy, they become super magnetic to people. You know, I had this person where she's really, really beautiful. And well, I was speaking to her and doing a reading for her, and she's really, really beautiful. And she had certain friends around her. Well, they're not really friends, but she had certain people around her that were also really beautiful. They were like drop dead gorgeous. They were all beautiful in their own ways, but those other women were extremely jealous of her because they felt like their husbands or their boyfriends were looking at her, but she's not trying to do anything. But in the story I'm trying to tell is she's someone that really embodies the heart chakra energies. And the other women, although they are very physically beautiful, they are in this energy of bitterness, and therefore their men aren't finding them attractive or finding them, beautiful, but like it's not that they don't find them beautiful, but maybe they're like looking elsewhere, because not just because of the beauty, but because of the energy, and that energy of tapping into love. And I've even noticed in myself, like on days when I go out and there's nothing different about me in the way I look, maybe I'm not wearing makeup or anything, but I'm really in this energy of my heart space, I will notice more people look at me or try to talk to me or things like that. But then on days when I'm like upset or just like moody, people will like avoid me and my energy because people can feel the energies. So I feel the point I'm trying to make here is you're really embodying this heart energy, and therefore you are becoming more magnetic to people. You're becoming more attractive to people. Maybe people are even having crushes on you right now. Or if you are in a romantic relationship, your lover or your spouse or your situationship is finding you even more attractive right now, even more sexy, and they're wanting to experience that joy with you. People are wanting to experience that joy with you because this joy you're embodying is contagious, and therefore people are seeing you as more beautiful. And even if you are in a romantic relationship, people could still be crushing on you. So these two cards also wanted to come out. I definitely highly recommend you watch pile one because we spoke about the sacral chakra, but the sacral chakra is also sensuality. And I spoke about you being very very sexy, very sensual at the moment. Um, I don't know why my voice went like that, like I just said the wrong thing. Maybe people are looking at you and kind of like their mouths are watering over you. They're thirsting over you right now. And then we also have the card Starseed Elemental. I feel like you're learning to see the world in more color, and therefore your world around you is becoming more vibrant and colorful. I feel this energy of you coming to wholeness within. Where you are whole within you, regardless of external circumstances or what is happening in your outside reality. It's like everything you need is within you. You're experiencing that joy within you, not relying on those external things to make you happy. And that's super powerful. So, what changes are people noticing about my pile two's beauty? We have pleasure. Card number 11. I spoke about you feeling more pleasure, and this woman is dancing and she looks very sexy. Kind of reminds me of Shakira, like hips don't lie, that type of energy. So I guess people are finding you very sexy at the moment. You're having this glow up of your sex appeal, and people are just finding you insanely hot at the moment. So, like, even the stars behind her makes me feel like you're someone that is shining bright at the moment. You're being put under the spotlights at the moment, and people are seeing you as so divine. People are seeing you as so dreamy as well, because I'm even looking at the clouds in the background and she's on a stage, so it's like all eyes are on you at the moment. That's what I feel here. Like people are staring at you, people are noticing you at the moment, whether you know that or not. I feel like it's come from a mindset change here with the Ace of Swords. Maybe you're learning to have a mindset of seeing things in a more positive way instead of going to the other side. And I can relate to that too. I think I'm learning to not always go to the negative, or not always just like look at the negative or focus on the negative, but focus on the positive. And now I'm hearing that song by Kali Uchis, where she's like, the song is called Drugs and Hella Melodies, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the line I'm hearing from her. I just want to get it properly because I'm hearing the melody of that specific line. Oh my gosh. So, in that song, she talks about a lot of sensual things and her putting her lover to sleep just like a sedative because she's just so sensual. Like that's not a coincidence. And then she says, "I'm the girl you needed that you never had." So maybe there's this energy of like people really being attracted to you right now, or your lover if you are in a relationship. And then the line I heard was, some people only see the negative. Some people find a way to see the good in everything. I just want to see you through the good and bad, take you as you are, and never give you back. I feel like that's you learning to see yourself like that. And I'm feeling a throat chakra release again as I say those lines. Um, Maybe you're even learning to speak about more positive things, learning to speak about more of the good than the bad, and learning to put your focus on that rather than the other, because where our focus goes is where energy flows. And you're learning to take yourself as you are, and maybe even see the good in yourself, see the good in people as well, because we can choose to focus on the good in people even, or the bad in people. And it's not to say we're going to ignore the bad traits. That's not what I'm saying at all, but just learning where to put the focus. Of course we can set boundaries and we can speak up, and that's what I feel with the Ace of Swords. There is a duality here still, but it's where we're putting our focus. And then she says something here like diamonds blinging, see you dressed in designer. So maybe people are liking the way you're dressed right now and seeing you as like a diamond. We have the Nine of Cups, and this card talks about wish fulfillment. So I feel like people are either seeing you as their wish come true, or wishing to have what you have with the Five of Wands at the back of the deck. Maybe that's why I spoke about the other woman I knew, having people jealous of her. But I mean, in this card at the back of the deck, they're literally fighting over this bouquet of flowers about who can get married next. And I feel like maybe other people are noticing you also get attention and feeling a little bit jealous or competitive right now. But I feel like all attention, all eyes are on you right now. And people are either seeing you as a wish come true, seeing you as you're getting your own wishes come true, or seeing you have your own wishes come true, I guess. So I'm seeing you as the peacock. And the peacock is a bird that really stands out. So maybe you're learning to shine out more, learning to get more comfortable with standing out. We're going to use the Ethereal Visions Tarot. And I feel like you're learning to also love yourself deeper and get more comfortable with expressing yourself. People are seeing you as very luxurious at the moment. I'm clairvoyantly seeing you as the Queen of Pentacles. Regardless of whatever you're wearing, it's like people are seeing you as a diamond. People are seeing you as someone that stands out right now. And I guess it's as a result of loving yourself deeper, and it's this energy shift, this mindset shift that is creating this energy of like you experiencing pleasure in the moment, and how I spoke about like you being like fine wine. People are seeing you as very luxurious. But maybe some of you are also experiencing more of a level up within your finances, and may not resonate with everyone, but then maybe that's why. Maybe you're buying nicer clothes for yourself, or um feeling more good about yourself, buying skincare. I don't know, like there could be like physical products involved, but I feel like for a lot of you it's also just your energy and how you show up in the world, and how people are viewing you, and they're viewing it as a physical change. So yeah. Spirit guides on my pile number 2s. What changes are people noticing about their beauty? We have the Strength card. And with the line here, I feel like this energy of Leo, like I'm going to stand out. Even if you're not a Leo, maybe you're embodying this energy of Leo, like standing out, taking up space, and really staying strong and powerful within who you are, and not dimming yourself to, or watering yourself down to be liked by others. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. And I get this vibe of like, I'm looking at this Two of Wands man, and he's looking over here. So I'm getting it as that confirmation that people are watching you, people are looking at you. Okay, and I'm also getting this vibe of like looking at two different things. We can either look at the positive or the negative, and I guess that signs there. We have the Queen of Wands, and I guess that confirms, like you stepping into your power, you stepping into this magnetic energy, um, also stepping into this energy since she's holding a sunflower of seeing the world with more light, more positivity, because that is what the sunflower represents. And we see two lions here again. So lions are also symbols of courage. Maybe you're becoming more courageous enough to be your true self in the world, to express yourself, to put yourself out there in some way. Lions are also energies of confidence, and we spoke about the sacral chakra energy. So maybe people are noticing you become a lot more confident in yourself, and therefore they're seeing you as more beautiful. It kind of reminds me of a reel I watched on Instagram or a TikTok I watched a year or two back, where a person was doing a lot of work on themselves and their confidence. And they noticed over the time when they did a lot of healing on themselves, their face started changing and becoming more beautiful because they were speaking to themselves kinder. They were loving themselves more. They were feeling more confident, and their face actually started to change. And she showed pictures of her face before and after, and there was like a big difference. And I'm feeling that energy within you. Like there is some kind of physical glow up as a result of this um change in the way you're looking at yourself and viewing yourself. I'm hearing that song Confident by Justin Bieber, I think, where he's like, she's confident, na na na, something like that. So let's just pull the rest of your cards. What changes are people noticing about pile two's beauty? The Sun card. Aw. And we have the Chariot. I feel like this is all the cards I'm going to pull for now. At the back of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And I'm hearing neighbors outside play music, so like even music is something very pleasurable. People are seeing you as pleasurable to be around, pleasurable to look at the moment. That's what I see here. I'm also feeling like with the Seven of Pentacles at the back of the deck, maybe some of you have been putting in either a lot of work in yourself and in your journey in mind, body, and soul. So maybe some of you have been healing, or some of you have been working on your mindset, or some of you have also been putting in work into your body and like maybe working out more, or eating healthier, or just drinking more water, or doing physical things for yourself, like self-care, things that make you feel good, things that make you feel like luxury. Does that make sense? Or treating yourself more, or spoiling yourself more with physical items. And that's not bad, if it makes you happy, if it makes you feel good about yourself, then you deserve to feel spoiled by yourself. You deserve to feel loved by yourself. So I definitely feel that energy. Maybe people are noticing your body become a lot more sexy. Even if you aren't like physically doing anything, people are just noticing your body become more sexy, where maybe they're like, have you been working out more? What have you been doing? Like, what's your secret? Because your body looks really good. Maybe there's something about you looking more glowy with the Sun card, or just more radiant, in a way more happy. Like maybe people are noticing you smile more and they're really admiring your smile at the moment, or just how happy and confident you look at the moment. And I feel like a lot of you just are like shining bright like a sun even. And you're just being noticed by everyone. That's a vibe I keep getting here. There's also a lot of sensuality in your reading, like people just seeing you as very sensual at the moment. So there has been this big shift of an energy change within you with a Chariot, or big physical changes here, where people are seeing you kind of level up or go through some kind of physical glow up here, where you're actually looking different in a way. maybe you might not I'm even struggling to speak. Maybe people feel like that in front of you, like very impressed by you that they struggle to speak. Um, I'm hearing people are seeing you as royalty. It's like maybe you might not notice physical changes about yourself, but people are noticing it where maybe it's not something so big that they can put their finger on, but there's just this glow to you. There's something different about you at the moment. And maybe some of you are actually experiencing physical level ups within your career, within, the work you've been doing, and therefore maybe spoiling yourself more, going out more, treating yourself, celebrating yourself, I guess, because I'm seeing the Three of Cups clairvoyantly. Feeling more passion for life, more positivity, and therefore looking good, feeling good. Radiating to the whole world. So this is what I have for you, my pile number twos. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this amethyst crystal and the card gratitude, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what changes are people noticing about your beauty. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. So when I tapped into the energies of your reading, just take this message as it resonates, but I'm seeing some of you in parts of a country where you're experiencing fall at the moment because, like, when I tapped into your energy, I felt the energies of coziness, of like sitting, at home and under a big blanket, watching movies, and kind of like drinking hot chocolate or hot coffee or something about a hot drink. Um, and I was seeing like hot chocolate with marshmallows on it. It doesn't mean you have to be doing this, but maybe there is this energy of coziness, of sweetness being around you. And like I'm physically smelling the smell of like hot chocolate and marshmallows and that sweet smell. So maybe some people are noticing you smell a lot sweeter, or there is this energy of sweetness around you in terms of your physical beauty right now. And with the full energies, maybe some of you are dressing up more cozy or dressing up in more of a full aesthetic right now, because maybe for some of you, it doesn't have to be for everyone. But I also see the image of ancestral DNA. So what am I getting from the ancestral DNA? I get this vibe of like you embodying all the beauty of your ancestor. And maybe like your ancestors coming through and saying, or people thinking your genetics, like you have good genetics. Um, and maybe your genetics, like you're becoming more beautiful. Like when I think of ancestors and the DNA, I'm kind of seeing an image of someone look very similar to an ancestor they once had. And you may not know this, but like I'm seeing this from your ancestors. You look very similar to one specific ancestor you once had, and that ancestor was also very beautiful, and so are you. So maybe your ancestors are hyping you up right now. I'm also noticing this energy of mystery surrounding you, and like you going a little bit more within at this moment, or feeling a little bit more okay with being at home or being alone in your comfort. Like maybe there's this energy of comfort surrounding you, like you're at home feeling comfortable or feeling more okay with being a little bit more mysterious to the world and not showing everything to the world. Like maybe some of you are on social media breaks, or you're just not showing your face as much to the world, and you're kind of just like to yourself at the moment. But there's something about that where people feel even more intrigued towards you because of that. Spirit is comparing it to, when a celebrity doesn't release music for like 5 years, and then all of a sudden they come back and they're releasing music again. And there's all this hype around them because people were wondering where they were in those last 5 years. And that mystery brings back this energy of intrigue and them like wanting to see this new version of them and who they are right now. I feel that energy surrounding you, like even if you're not in the world yet, or if you're starting to come back out into the world after a moment of solitude and a moment of looking within and working on your spiritual self with the gratitude card and the amethyst crystal, there is this energy surrounding you where like people are more intrigued by you. People want to know what's happening in your life and who you are right now. And I guess that mystery surrounding you is making people more interested in you. I'm also seeing the energy of like glamour magic. So I'm not saying that this is a pile that does magic, but I feel like this is definitely my magical pile. There's something very magical and very cosmic about your beauty right now, and this is what people are noticing about you. Um, and you know how like some people do glamour magic and they'll do like a spell to make themselves more beautiful? You have that effect on others right now where people are seeing you magically become more beautiful in a way where it's kind of like, whoa. Does that make sense? Even if you're not doing anything specific like that, people are just seeing you become magically more beautiful. Also, for all three piles, just for context, um, I have a lot of dreams that are like intuitive dreams, and I really connect to certain messages from my dreams. And sometimes I will see dreams from my friends, from my family, or messages for them, or for YouTube videos. And I had planned to do this video today, and then I wasn't really thinking about it last night, but then last night I dreamt something for all three piles. And when I dream, even for another person, I'll dream of like myself in that dream, but I'll kind of like embody their energy. So I felt like this dream was for all three piles and the collective in general, and what's sort of happening now, even if you don't notice it happen yet. You know, maybe people are starting to notice this happen in you, and it will happen more and more and more. So in the dream, I was kind of like walking around and I had experienced a major glow up. And in my glow up, it was like everyone was noticing me. Everyone was treating me differently. Everyone was smiling at me, looking at me. Um, and it was like I was glowing from the inside out, feeling more magnetic, feeling more seen by others. And in that dream, I had met with a woman that I don't know in real life, and she had also experienced a glow up, and she was telling me about how she had also gone through a glow up recently, and she was investing a lot more time in skincare and self-care, and her skin was glowing, and she was showing me the products she was using. And it was so 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 beautiful. And I feel like that message is for all three piles in different ways. So maybe you're all experiencing glow ups but in different ways. And I feel for you, when I started talking, like now, I felt the need to like cough so much. I feel like some of you are experiencing a release in your throat chakra, so you may actually relate to pile number 2 if you were drawn. Because in pile 2, I felt a similar energy, but for you, I feel this energy of you stepping into your power energetically, right? And as you step into your power, you're becoming more comfortable with speaking your truth. You're becoming more comfortable with, I'm hearing like being in your villain era, but you're not really in your villain era. You're just becoming more assertive. You're setting more boundaries. You're speaking up for yourself more. You are expressing yourself to the world more in an authentic way, whether it is in the way you dress up, in the way that you express yourself in general. It's like you're comfortable or more, yeah, more comfortable, more content with yourself. And if people don't like you for you, then they can leave, they can move on. You know, I feel like you are becoming more content within yourself and not really needing that validation from others. And this is what others are noticing about you. Like, take back your power and put that crown back on your head and see yourself as the royalty you are and treat yourself as the royalty you are. And having this kind of inner knowing of knowing like the right people will love me for me and find me, and the right people won't want to make me kind of silence myself and not speak my truth or set certain boundaries. The right people will respect me for me, and I feel like you stepping into this energy and people noticing that about you, and in a way it's making you look more powerful in your beauty. It's making you look like you are showing up in the world, knowing your worth, and you're not going to diminish that or water yourself down for others. And I feel that energy very strongly with you, like people noticing your beauty become more powerful. You look more powerful. It's like how I said villain era, but you're not really in your villain era. You're just in your era of communicating and setting boundaries for yourself, and you're not afraid to walk away from certain relationships or people that aren't treating you right. And I guess this is what people are currently noticing about you. And they're thinking it's making you more beautiful, but in a very powerful way. It's kind of like divine, dark, feminine energy, but it's not dark. I see it more as you just finding your power within. And like I said, putting that crown back on your head. So, in terms of physical changes people are noticing about you, when I read the card gratitude, I was kind of like seeing the word gratitude. So I don't know if someone here likes brats and gratitude, and like, you know how brats are always like express yourself and passion for fashion or something like that. So maybe some people are noticing your fashion style. I'm hearing become more elegant and become more powerful, where you really own what you are wearing and you wear it in the world like you are the ish, I'm hearing. And there is this energy of sassiness surrounding you and your beauty right now, and I guess this is what people are noticing about you. And in terms of the physical appearances, I'm seeing people notice your hair become a lot more shiny. There's something about you where you look a lot healthier right now, like in your physical appearance, and maybe even your makeup or the way you're expressing yourself. Like people are noticing that, and maybe you're becoming more comfortable with experimenting or trying out different styles or different aesthetics, or just wearing more things that make you feel good about you and make you feel like you're expressing your authentic self. And I see some of you dressing up for the day based off on how you feel. So some of you, you know, like today you feel really sexy and you're gonna dress up like that, whereas another day you feel more powerful and you're maybe gonna wear dark lipstick, for example. Like that's a vibe I feel. And then the next day you feel more soft and gentle and dress up like more soft and yeah. But like that's a feeling I get here, and something about your skin looking very moisturized and you just looking spiritually healthy as well. Uh like with the gratitude card, I feel like you have been in this energy of gratitude. You've been in this energy of like being grateful for what you already do have. Even grateful, I'm hearing for some of you for like maybe even like the negative experiences because they taught you something. And I don't think everyone will relate to that, but like some of you will. So just take it as it resonates. And I'm not saying you should be grateful for bad things that happen, because sometimes it sucks. Sometimes when bad things happen, it sucks. But um, like I feel some of you are embodying that energy where you're finding lessons from certain things that have happened and being like, you know, even though that happened and it was not nice in that moment, something good came out of it, because if that never happened, I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I feel that energy, and like you maybe having more of a spiritual connection with your higher self or religion or spirituality, and maybe showing that to the world more, being a little bit more free spirited in that. And I guess that's what people are noticing about you, like this very spiritual energy around you. And I keep getting this energy of like you looking healthy, your skin glowing and your hair looking shiny and glowy. You just look very healthy in general right now, in spirit and mind and body. I'm also noticing like if some of you wear makeup, there's something about your makeup looking really good right now as well. I think people just think you look a lot more free. Yeah, so let me go ahead and pull your cards. Just reminder, only take what resonates, leave the rest. This is the uh, Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. This is the Vanessa Tarot. We're going to be using the Ethereal Visions Tarot. And I also forgot, we're also going to be using this Oracle deck. This is the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. So let's get started with your reading. The card you chose was from the Messages from Mermaids Oracle. And at the back of the deck here, when I shuffled the energies to get the energies of pile 3, we see paradigm shifts. So maybe people are noticing a lot of changes and transformations within you and how you show up within the world, but maybe even your life. Because I'm seeing the energies of blessings, and maybe some of you, like, people are noticing your life become a lot more blessed, or you just seem very grateful for the things you have right now. So spirit guides on my pile number 3s. What changes are people noticing about their beauty? We have Mount Shasta, card number 37. Are some of you traveling at the moment, or having like social media accounts, for example? This may not resonate with everyone, but like maybe some of you have social media accounts where you're kind of like being seen by the whole world, or when you are putting yourself out there, it's like I see many different people from different backgrounds noticing you and admiring you. That's what I see with this card. And it's kind of like everyone at this moment is noticing you from all over the world, if you are on social media or if you are traveling a lot, or people are just notice you travel and you look very happy with everything that's happening if you are traveling. Take it as it resonates, my pile number 3s. So let's take a look at this oracle deck. So spirit guides on my pile number 3s. What changes are people noticing about my pile 3's beauty? We have the card Resistance, card number 22. I feel with the Resistance card, I feel the energies of like some of you have gone through a dark night of the soul and you have experienced a lot of healing. It's like you went into the depths of your soul and saw a lot of pain within yourself and healed from it. Maybe this is what I'm picking up from this spiritual connection. Like, I'm seeing you really embody lunar energies right now of your deep emotions, of your connection to spirit, of maybe even doing some shadow work. And I guess people are noticing you become a lot more sexy, but people are just also noticing you become a lot more okay with your emotions and whatever emotions you're feeling, and not like labeling it as good or bad, but just allowing yourself to feel. And I feel like some of you are coming out of this dark night of the soul right now, and you're starting to come back out into the world and be seen again. And letting yourself be seen, kind of like maybe this coziness I felt was like this balance between some days, you're at home, you're a little bit more cozy, more mysterious, but then some days you're like kind of, I'm seeing like bears come out of hibernation, for example, and you're coming out of this hibernation mode or this hermit mode, and you're starting to socialize with people again, see people again. And I feel like with the Resistance card, I'm feeling this energy of growth as I look at all the plants here. Of like, the rain has fallen down really hard, but now the plants within your soul are starting to grow. You have started to grow. You're starting to bloom as a person. And I feel like maybe there's this energy of like you with the throat chakra energies I felt before, like resisting speaking about more of the sad things in your life. It's like maybe, I don't think it's like I'm telling you to not speak about sad things, because I feel like you are comfortable with being emotionally vulnerable with those that care about you and those that want to support you. That's not at all what I mean. I mean this energy of like, maybe you wanting to find new things to talk about and not things that make you feel sad within. Does that make sense? Like, maybe trying to speak about more things that make you feel grateful on the inside or feel good on the inside. So definitely some of you could relate to pile 2. And with 22 here, I feel this energy of like people noticing this glow up within you where it seems like you're at the right place at the right time of your life right now. And it seems like there is this energy of growth within you where after, the night is here, the sun comes up again. And I feel like the sun is starting to come up again, but you're like in that in between phase. Does that make sense? And I guess I'm seeing some of you become more comfortable, or yeah, become more comfortable with resisting speaking to people that make you feel sad, or resisting feeling like you have to be around people where you can't show your true self, or people that have hurt you in the past. And it's like maybe becoming more comfortable with making new relationships with people all across the world, like opening yourself up again to newness, and sort of like letting go of those old connections that I'm seeing like made you feel a little bit more fragile inside. And it's not that you are fragile. I think you are just feeling the pain of maybe like what has happened to you in the past and those connections. Like I'm seeing some people here, for example, resisting visiting family more, and it's like other people may see it as something selfish, whereas in my perspective I see it, or people that understand will see it as something where you're protecting your peace. You're turning away from things that make you feel like you, like for example, some of you have family members where you feel like you can't be yourself in front of them, or you feel like every time you go there, they have something negative to say, or they just make you feel not good on the inside. And I feel like maybe that's why I felt like that energy of villain era, but you're not in your villain era. You're just having stronger boundaries. And it doesn't have to be family. It can also be like leaving behind certain connections with people that don't make you feel good anymore. People that are in this energy of like not having your best interest in mind, and getting more comfortable with trusting your intuition and who feels right to be around you in your soul. And I guess that mysteriousness is making people wonder about you, like where you are. So I'm clairvoyantly seeing a vision of a woman cry, right? And you don't have to be a woman watching this, but a woman cry, and it's like her tears are falling down her face. And it looks really sad in that moment, but as her tears fall down, it's like renewing her soul. And then she's starting to, like, the tears are starting to fall down and starting to heal her. And like, these tears are magical, and they're falling down and they're creating color on her face again, like this renewal, this glow up within her soul, where she's starting to rebirth, reawaken to her power. And it's sort of like she's becoming a new person. She's transforming. There is this healing happening within you, but then the tears aren't actually bad. They're actually like making your skin glow, or making color appear on your face again. It's the nighttime. I'm like looking at this card at the back of the deck, grief. And it's like the nighttime, and all of a sudden now the sun is coming back up, and there's a glow around her of colors, like rainbow colors around her and her aura. And she's feeling ready to go back out into the world again. So I hope that makes sense, but that's what I'm seeing. So, spirit guides of my pile number 3s. What changes are people noticing within their physical beauty? We have the Justice card, and I guess that is speaking your truth, standing up for yourself more. Um, Being fair, it's in a fair way. It's not like, okay, I'm just gonna stop speaking to this person because like I'm triggered by what they say. But no, like if they're treating me badly, like I'm gonna speak up for myself. And if they don't respect my boundaries, then I'm removing myself from their life. You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel from that Justice card. And maybe like in the past you resisted doing this because like you felt bad for doing it, but I feel like you're coming into your power here with the King of Wands. And this is what people are noticing about you, like this change about you in your physical appearance as well, where you just look more powerful. It's like that spark for life is coming back. And it's almost like you're starting to feel more like yourself than ever. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I'm seeing. And then at the back of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So there's some doors opening here or some keys opening here to blessings of abundance and blessings of community and people in your life that are going to be there for the long term, for the long run, that make you happy, that make you feel grateful for life, that respect you. Okay, so spirit guides on my pile number threes. I feel like there's this cleanup happening over your life because I'm clairvoyantly seeing a swimming pool and you know those creepy crawlies. And it's like I don't know if they actually clean the pool, but like I'm seeing it like clean the whole pool. So there's like this cleanup happening over your life where things are changing and adjusting, and I'm hearing the word miracles are happening. You're going through a rebirth. People are seeing this. We have the Five of Swords. So yeah, it's like you're removing yourself from people, situations that feel like it's a betrayal to your soul to be around them. This is what people are seeing. We have the Nine of Cups, and you're doing what makes you happy. You're going after your wishes. Maybe even people wish to be around you, or yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles, wish to be around you right now. And it's kind of like you have this energy of power surrounding you, of self-worth, where I'm feeling so much releases in my throat chakra as I do your reading. It's like people are wanting to be in your circle or be around you, but now they're seeing your power and they're seeing this difference in you and how you approach yourself in the world. And there's like this knowing in them, even if you don't say anything, there's this knowing in them where they can see that if I am going to mess around with this person, like I'm going to be cut out of their life so quickly because it looks like they respect themselves. This is what they see, like energetic wise, and it doesn't have to be said. But with the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, it's like people see you as a wish come true to have around them. In all your personality traits and the way that you look, you're like a blessing to everyone. And I guess it's making more people want to be around you. It's kind of like Spirit is showing me, you know, a restaurant that everyone wants to go to, but only a limited amount of people can go here because this restaurant you have to book years in advance. It's like Spirit is showing me you be like that, where people, it's like you're in demand and everyone wants you, but only a limited certain types of people can be around you. Does that make sense? And with the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, maybe people are also starting to notice you gain a lot more physical opportunities. Like maybe you've been putting a lot more time and effort into your healing journey, into yourself, but into also following your passions and following certain opportunities that are surrounding you to get your blessings, to get all your wishes come true. And I guess people are starting to see that happen within your life. I mean, you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles here, so there is this energy of a level up within your finances, and this is what people are noticing. Maybe people are noticing you start to buy new things Like I'm seeing maybe someone renovate their house or move to a bigger house, or it just looks like there is a lot more luxury surrounding you, or this energy of like the wealth you've worked hard for coming to you, and maybe just people talking about it and seeing it on you, even if you're not showing it off. Does that make sense? So we also have the Queen of Swords, and I spoke about like you setting boundaries and things like that, and I see that there. The Wheel of Fortune. And we also have the Queen of Cups. So even the day today is like very dark, cloudy, and rainy. And like I felt like where I was sitting, it was like the sun was going away. So I even moved the table to the window more so that there could be more sun. And I feel like that's a physical depiction of like what people are seeing. Um, it's like the rain is falling away and the sun is coming back out in your life, shining on your life again. And you are starting to have people notice, the blessings that are starting to come out into your life in terms of your career, in terms of your finances, and you start to reach a lot of the goals you wanted to receive. So, with the Wheel of Fortune, people are noticing your life change around for the better. And this is what people are starting to notice about you, like the changes in you and your life, but also your beauty. Like maybe you're becoming more financially stable where you're able to buy nicer clothes for yourself, or you're able to do your hair more or do your nails more, um or just even spoil yourself more, go out more, enjoy and experience life more, travel as we see here. Or maybe that's showing up within the future if that's something you want. So just keep that in mind. People are also seeing you start to change for the better, where you are still this very compassionate, kind, loving person, but you've also found your power. You found your voice, where you're not going to allow people in this Five of Swords betrayal energy to walk all over you and treat you badly, where you're going to speak your truth and stand up for yourself. And I guess that change people are noticing in you is like you're starting to become a lot more assertive. And I guess it's making you have more of a powerful beauty, like I said before, like where you're speaking your truth more, where, um, like I'm hearing the words, I didn't finish speaking, like, let me speak. It's sort of like people are noticing the change within you and how you show up in the world and how you speak. And I guess you're still that loving, compassionate person, but there is this glow up within you where you have found your power, where you are changing for the better. And maybe some of you are also starting to come into your purpose, find wisdom from the lessons you've learned, and share that with others. With the Queen of Swords, share that wisdom with others. And I feel like this was sort of the divine plan for you, like to find your power anyways, like, and you are finding that right now. So I guess this is all I have for you, my pile number threes. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. By the way, side notes, I'm seeing a vision of Tangled, right? And Tangled is this sweet girl, and she's just, I love Tangled, right? But she's in that bar with people, and these people are trying to gang up on her. Do you know that scene where there's like all those buff guys, and let's say they're trying to gang up on her, and now all of a sudden she's fighting and she's punching them, and she's like, don't mess with me. So I'm seeing like a vision of that, even explaining this energy. So anyways, yeah, bye.